Hello everybody. Cruz here. Just kidding. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for stopping in. We have a great body weight routine for you today. Here it is on the screen. We'll be going through FlowFit drills. I got FlowFit up there because most of us are familiar with those drills. So I'm going to deliver that to you. It's going to be our FlowFit practice. So we're actually not going to do it like a, what is it? How do we normally do it? As many rounds as possible. It's an AMRAP, right, when we do the test. For today, what we're going to do is we're going to work 10 minutes of our squat technique, quad press, sit through, knee through, and then mountain climber. And the goal for the 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes we're going to work for is going to be the transition from the squat to the ground. Okay, it's important to, as we get older, or at any time really, to be able to transition from the ground to standing and do that without being hurt, without hurting your knees, your lower back, staying away from joint stuff, so we can continue to get better at that. So that will be the goal, is that transition. From that transition, you can work your, any kind of flow you want, is what we're going to get into. It doesn't have to be a flow necessarily. You could, do them in reps of 10. I like to do 10 squats, 10 quad presses, 10 sit-throughs, 10 mountain climbers. And then you can work on your transition. If that's the harder thing for you, transitioning to the ground, you can work on that over time. As things loosen up, it'll get better. If you need to use a box or a chair to raise the ground up to you, if it's too uncomfortable to transition to the ground, then you can go ahead and do that as well. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the last 3 there. So we have the bridge and the Cossack squat, but I'm also going to incorporate the sprawl and the spinal rock into that set as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So you'll be able to stay very mindful about what you're doing. It's going to be very different from any other class we've had on a Wednesday or a Saturday here. We're going to be working for 10 minutes straight, 10 to 15 minutes straight. So we're going to be mindful about what we're doing, focus on our breathing. Breathing is going to be very important. Let's go ahead and open up this shoulder capsule here. Articulate that shoulder joint. Reach back behind. Tuck the hips underneath. Open that up. Other direction. Now reach out, down, across the body. Open up the back of the shoulder blade. Breathe, exhale through your work. Get your breathing going right away. Big inhale. Deep inhale into your nose, into your belly and lower back. Right out to the side. Inhale through the discomfort. Exhale, press the earth away. Roll that shoulder blade out. Work on your breathing. Inhaling into your lower back and belly here. So a lot of what we do today doesn't have to do with your breathing. It's a lot of focus on your exhale. And let that lead the way. Let that dictate your pace. Take note of it as far as your discomfort goes, your breathing. Trying to relax that breathing. Keep opening up the armpit. Just take it right behind us. Hips tucked underneath. Reach back. So I like to look at FlowFit as, very much yoga, like strength power yoga. To expose a lot of mobility stuff, to let you know about your stability and strength as well. And then the longer you go, it'll tap into your endurance, and it's a great way to work your cardiovascular system at that point as well. But even though your heart rate will go up, even holding a plank, doing a push-up, doesn't have to be anything where you're, super ballistic. Rotate that shoulder blade around. Other direction. We'll do a big outside circle here. Other way. Good job. Good work. Good work. Let's massage both shoulder blades at one. Chase the other direction. Back and down. Good. Good work. Good work. Let's pull and lengthen. Pull back. Reach down towards your knees. Engage your lats by squeezing in a bit. Inhale, pull your neck, spine back and lengthen through your crown. We'll slide forward, down off the front. Inhale back. Exhale down and out. Keep squeezing, tucking underneath. Reaching down with those shoulders. Let's pull all the way back. And slide cheek and ear from one side to the other. Keep pulling those elbows down. If your hands are in and closing in on you, help keep the shoulder girdle stable. And just slide to the discomfort and away, to the tension and away. Inhale back, exhale forward. Let's combine all that together. Other direction. All the way back. Inhaling the chin up. Reaching down and out. Chin down. Chin up. Chin down. Okay, then from here, a little soft bend in the knees. Let's just tilt our ear to our shoulder, but lift the opposite side. Lift it like someone's hooking you underneath your jaw and pulling you up. A little bend in the knees. Let's take it to the other side. Lift your jawline. Pull it up. Press the earth away. Fill your belly, ribs, chest with air. Keep reaching down and out. This side's tight. And then a little bend in the knees, transitioning from one side to the other. Yeah, and exhale. Flex your spine and then open up, right? Keeping your hips tucked. Flex spine, keep hips tucked, core engaged. Back and forth. Nice and easy. Good job. Let's take both the shoulder blades and complement that tug we were having here. Let's massage that out, work those around. Tuck your chin, lengthen through your crown. Good. Let's open up our jaws here. Our jowls. Ah. Ah. As for when you're, triple cheeseburger bite. Ah. Super burrito. Ah. Side to side. This also helps tension into your neck as well, loosening up the jaws. Stretch them out. You're able to open like this for a reason, so you want to keep it exercised. Also helps tighten up the muscles around the face too. We don't need so much outside resources for that. Ah, good. Okay, let's wring out the biceps. Work those wrists around. Massage them around. Bring them in. We'll be on our hands quite a bit. So work them, work them, work them. Curl the hands, fingers in. From here, lock them out. Rotate thumbs in, thumbs out. Thumbs in, thumbs out. In, and then bend the elbows, pull them in, and rotate, open up. Turn them over, bring them in, rotate. Do it in front. Other way. Still working the breathing, right? Inhaling into our lower back, pressing the earth away. Exhale and lengthen through your spine, right? Still working our posture. Let's pull back, pull the thumbs in, rotate out. Wring those biceps out. Yeah, the other way. Let's take them underneath. Oh, yeah. Palms up, elbows underneath, pinkies underneath. Lock them out. Inhale through the nose. Inhaling into your belly and lower back. Good. Back into those wrists, right? Forearms. You feel that tension from the forearms into your biceps. Good. Just go ahead and massage them out again. All that tension from our wrists, forearms, hands, all the way into the between the chest and shoulder, right into your armpits. Roll them down and back. Big inhale. Open it up. Rip it open. Superman, Superwoman out the phone booth. And then exhale. Open up those shoulder blades. Squeeze out the air. Tuck the hips. Open up your ribs on one side. Ribs on the other. Work that little roll from one side to the other, engaging your lats. You can do it from your extension too. Oh yeah. Roll from the extension, and then exhale, and then from the flexion, we can roll as well. All of them feel good. They all feel good. Maybe we'll just do this the whole time. Let's just do this. We're just gonna do what feels good today. So we'll make that agreement with each other. Only doing what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, we'll skip that. Reach out and reach across. Extend the front of the hips. Other side, reach. Feel that lengthening. Lengthening up and out. Lengthen. Other side, lengthen it. One side to the other. Good. Let's take it around a circle, right? We're in this little frame here, sliding our torso from one side to the other. Let's take it around. Other way. Good work on that. Just inhale, tilt our hips back. Fill your belly, lower back with air, and then exhale, tuck. Drive your tailbone down. Release your lower back, but stay tall, right? Try not to collapse here. Get the chest open, and inhale, tilt back. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, big inhale into the nose. Oh my goodness. I feel that stretching out. I ate too much breakfast. Yes. Another way to think about it is like you're getting fat when you inhale. Inhale, get fat right here. And then get skinny. Pull it in. Get fat. And then get skinny. Good. Let's go ahead and tilt to one side. Lift that hip. Lift it up and out to the back corner. And reach out in front. Pull into those hips. Inhale into that hip. Screw into the ankle by rotating away from that side. Screw into that ankle. Keep bending that knee forward. I'll show you from the side too. So back corner, I'm going to screw into the ankle. I'm spiraling into that ankle. All right, spiral into it and right on up. Good. Work your feet and ankles if you need to, right? You might need to release them after rotating, spiraling into them. So we're gonna lift the other hip, pull back into that. Spiral in. Let that knee shoot on the outside edge of your foot. Let it roll to the outside edge. That's going to screw you into that ankle. And then to the other side, screw into the other side. Screw into it. Screw it. Screw it. Screw it. Into it. Good. So we're working the outside edge of the hip too when we do that. We're on the outside edge of the ankle foot. But then we're going to also pull back and lengthen into the hamstring, right? And lengthen out straight back. We have more slack there, of course, right? Could generate a lot of power from this spiral. And then pull back and work those hamstrings and hips. Good. Let's work our feet. Little calf raises there. Toes pull back. Lift. Back. Lift. Back. Good. So we worked our hips tucked underneath. We lift to one side, lift to the other. Now let's roll them around in a circle. You almost want to think about like a bowl rolling around. Like you grab a bowl and you just spun it and it's whoa, 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 whoa. It's kind of like that. Feel your hips like a bowl or a bucket, right? So when they tuck underneath, the bucket is level. No water is going to be able to spill out. But as I tilt back, all the water is going to, I'm tilting the bucket so I can spill out everything here, all my guts and everything come out. And then I tuck underneath and roll around, other direction, roll those hips, good. Next, we're gonna work our balance. So we're gonna stand in this military type stance, 45-degree stance, and we're just gonna bring our foot right on up our leg. Now play with the knee bend here, right? Make sure your knees are open here, bending, and then we can switch it, right? Sink in, open, right? Open, and switch it. Open, spiral in, switch it, right? So work on that depth, you know. A lot of it has to do with the dorsiflexion of your foot and ankle and your tibia muscle here. Tibia. This muscle right here on the outside of the shins. Okay, you want to really work that. Okay, that has a lot to do with how good your squat is, right? So it's how mobile your feet, how strong and stable your feet and ankles are. And most people are really tight right here, so this doesn't shorten. So that's where we have a lot of the issues, right? And so we're able to get this to shorten more and work more like it should, like a spring. Then we'll feel a lot better. Okay, so now we understand that a little bit more, right? We don't have to have knee bent. We could be up tall too, but we have that option, right? We have that range. Okay, so from here, I'm just gonna lock my leg out. I'm gonna circle from my hip right in front of me. Breathe through it, other direction. So today's program, we just want to be really mindful about what we're doing. Do what's right for you. Of course, you can always make things harder, and you know, you leave that up to yourself on how you feel. So this is definitely something you can moderate. So if today was your no intensity day, light day, moderate day, high intensity day, this program will work for all those days. And you can just continue to evaluate yourself as you go through it. Even if you had a really hard workout yesterday, which I did, you know, I'm going to notice things are going to feel better as I'm going through my mobility here. And so maybe I might want to, you know, sophisticate my movement, challenge my stability a bit more. You know, any number one of those things can make things harder. But if it's your body weight, you really got to get creative, right? There's so many variables to what we can do. But you always want to have good structure when doing it. And a lot of times you have to get tissues moving around and get them healthy so your bones can get into better structure. and not in a position to where you'll be leaking your body weight out of joints instead of rested on structure, right? Proper structure. Same way they build buildings, right? So they build buildings a certain way and use geometry. Your body is almost the same thing, right? Angles, geometry, structure. Okay, I like math and science and stuff. Shake it out, shake it out. A little bounce in the knees. Send those vibrations up to the arms. Oh, shake those muscles out. Good. Let's continue. I'm gonna take my ankle and foot, circle it. Flex it around in a circle. Articulate that joint around the other way. Burn it up in there, heat it up. Keep the shin up, the ankle, other direction, other side. Other way. You know, with FlowFit, you're working your feet, fingers to toes, right? That's where Scott Sonnen got that statement from, that vocabulary from. Fingers to toes, skin to bone, right? Fingers to toes, skin to bone. So when I think about that, I think of FlowFit. When I think skin to bone, I think of Clubbells, right? Because they're trying to fly to your hand. They're tissues all the way deep into your bones, deep inside, right? It's not superficial. FlowFit, you know, you're working from fingers and toes back and forth the whole time. So Clubbells, body weight. Let's sink in. Let's go from one side to the other. Open that up. Now we'll pivot, pull forward, bending the back knee, and we'll also pitch forward, straightening back leg, and then drive out. Sink in, sumo. Come on up, pivot. Bend that back knee. Straighten the back leg, come forward. Dun, 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 dun. And then back again. Ooh, hurry. And then out, right? Let's go ahead and bend the knees a bit and then pull our hips straight back. And just a little ballistic bounce here from your hips, keeping your spine neutral. I'll show you from the side. Throw the hips back. With a little bend in your knees so it's easy, just reach across. Just reach, reach. Doesn't have to be much, right? I'm gonna be bent, I want a lot of slack. And then I'm just gonna bring my belly to my thigh here, chest to my knee. Of course, if I wanna reach, I can. But I'm just turning. Go to one side, turn into it, turn into it, turn into it, turn into it, and then back up. And then reach up and over, down and under. Then the other side, up and over, down and under. Oh yeah. Good. Let's do that, but crossing our legs. Crisscross applesauce. Just kidding. So reach across. And then we're gonna, whatever leg's in front of you, the left leg's in front of you, and pull that elbow into my back pocket. And then reach up and over. And then twist into it. I'm gonna twist and try to look at my heel. And I'll switch, right? So a little dragon squat position. Be on the outside edge of my foot. I'm gonna twist over that front leg, bend my knees up, give myself some slack, pull my elbow into my back pocket, and then reach up and over. Oh man, I can really feel my breakfast. Oh, other side. Mr. Olympia. Ah, I need like a globe to hold or something. Oh. Other side. Pivot. Arnold, am I there yet? Good. Exhale. Open it up, open it up. Lengthen. Rotate it. Nice and easy. Tuck the hips underneath. Relax the arms. Beat it like a drum. Remember Karate Kid Part 2? That was my favorite part. They have those little drums. They're like... This reminds me of it. Dun, dun, dun. And the climatic music comes in. Good. And roll the shoulder blades out. Let's take the head around. Circle. Let's get our shoulders around with it. And then the other way. Let everything fall off. Lead with your hips now. Hips leading the way. Only go as far as your comfort allows. What most like to do is just come up to the side bend and then down and then come across if you're a little tight in the back. Just do this half circle. And then what you can do is unroll yourself up and then use your hands here to protect your back. Extend the hips forward, ribs forward, heart lifts. Let your head get back. And you'll do this by itself so you can work on your fear back here. And your breathing. And then to come out, bend your knees forward, shoot your butt back to pull your spine back in. And then you can release your back here if you built up any tension, or right back here. Okay, and then you could work on that and work your spinal rotation there over time. Of course, like I said, if it hurts, don't do it. Do more of what feels good. Like we stated in the beginning, like we all agreed upon in the beginning. So I'm gonna take you all the way around now, and I'm really putting the focus into my hips here, shooting them out, leading with the hips. Let my shoulders roll off. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale down, exhale forward. I'm gonna go slow with this, no reason to go fast. Right? It'd be hilarious though if you went as fast as you can doing this. So maybe that'll be the next challenge. Spinal rotations real fast. Just kidding. Whoa. Jesus. Whoa. That's why they don't do it fast. Stuff made me dizzy. Okay, where are we at in space and time? I'm really trying to stall. And once we get started, you will know why. Okay, so rotations in the hips real quick. We're gonna go to this balance position, rotate out, lock out, and rotate. And then spiral, spiral, spiral the other direction. We'll get started now. It's coming soon, I promise. Promise. Show! Other side. Rotate it out. This one always makes me feel like Michael Jackson at the end. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You want to feel springy. Okay. Springy. Okay. So let's work on that. Let's work on that elastic energy here. Okay. Roll over the top of the foot. Stretch out your instep because we're going to be working that. We're going to be working your instep. Okay. So you get opportunities to sit on top of your feet. I take them. Take them. Same with top of your wrists too, right? You get opportunities to be here and release those suckers when they build up. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay. So let's start out standing or wherever you like. Okay. So first thing we want to work on is just working from our feet and ankles. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be on the balls of my feet. Some call this a hack squat or a sissy squat. But what I want to do is have my toes pulled up and be on the balls of my feet right here. Okay, nice and springy. This should be easy, right? So once I'm here and I'm bouncy through that, I'm gonna keep the toes pulled off and I'm gonna lift my heels, lift one, the other, just to keep me engaged through the pads, balls of my feet. Okay, so I'm gonna open my knees and I'll even open my fingers and hands with it like a frog. So I make sure I'm here and that thing kind of collapses in, right? I'm gonna be here, feel my thighs burning. Notice my heels aren't touching, my toes aren't touching. Why? Because I'm through the balls of my feet. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull myself down only as far as comfort allows with my knees, right? By doing this, I'm gonna be able to get my heel to my butt a little closer if my comfort allows, right? If I'm not too tight in the quads right above my knees, I'll be able to get there. But that's what we're working on. So work on, whoa. And balance will be an issue too. You want to have this angle in your spine, same angle as your shins here. So if you do that, you'll have better balance right here. And then we're back up. So we're going to work that. Okay. So like I said, the goal is to get ourselves down as safely as possible. Okay. So pull yourself down. Stay active through your feet and ankles on the way down. Make sure you got that control. And only go down as far as you have that control. If you don't, bring the ground up to you. Grab a box, grab a chair, and do that. So let's continue to pull ourselves down. Let's open up our fingers wide and reach out in front. Find the ground. Back it up a little bit. So open up wide. Make sure we should be strong here. Okay. This should be easy. Okay. Shouldn't feel my knees at all. And I'm going to reach out. Now I'm just going to bring my knees down. So we're going to start out on our hands and knees for this next one. So like I said, if you're here, turn the hands over. Stretch them out. If you're here, sit on top of your feet in steps as far back as you can. Release your quads. Release your instep here. Hit your three-wheel motion. Okay, strengthen that. Open up your knees now. Turn your hands in. Pull your elbows to your knees and then take your knees off the ground. Then we'll extend our arms and then pull down. Extend, pull down, pull down. Now notice you're pulling your butt to your heels too. So you don't want to feel the knees at all. Open them up wide here so you feel just thighs. And then lift and keep your back flat, parallel to the ceiling, right? Feel that spring load. Same spring load we had in our squat, we want here. And then we'll push back. Push back to the balls of your feet. All right? We don't need to go back to the heels and relax. We want to be engaged from our ankles all the way up. Okay? So let's continue to do that. So that's our transition from our squat to our quad press. And that's really what we're going to be working on. That's our goal, is to make this feel good. Right? I bang out 10 of them, right? If you're a rep guy and you want, how many do we do? Do 10. And then from there, I'll sit back. Engage, ankles, feet, back up. Then I could bang out some squats. Work those thighs. Work my transition back to the ground. Find the ground with my fingers forward this time. I'll go ahead and sit back. I'll work on shoulders over my hands and then sitting back to my heels. Okay? Show you from the side. I'm going to sit back. Pushing away from my palm heels here. I'm going to pivot. Keep pushing away from the palm heel. Sit back for your knee through. And this is where you can really work on your alignment and getting strong, getting that elastic energy through your feet here. And sit back. And I feel it radiating, burning from my hands, from my fingers to my toes here. And it started when I was doing that squat, and it hasn't stopped. So I'm just going to continue managing that burn in my head while I go through these drills, right? And if it becomes too much, I can always stand up, shake it out. But I'm just going to fight through that a little bit, that burn in the quads. And really work on this rotation. We can do 5, 10 each side. You know, I'll probably start counting after it's burning too. So maybe you did 5 or 10, you didn't feel anything, keep doing them until it starts burning, and then count your 5 or 10. And that's how you do these long duration time sets. From here, I'm gonna get to my plank position. Hollow body plank. Tear the ground apart with your hands. And then lengthen. Squeezing, tucking underneath, lengthen through your crown. From here, we can bring our knees down if you need to. Bring your knees down, sit back, and then bring one foot all the way up and outside, and then lock out your back leg from there. It can be done like that. Lengthen out your spine here, reset your posture. Pull forward, bring your knee up and outside of the shoulder, then lock out that back leg, fight through it, squeeze it. All right. And then you can start making little micro adjustments there. As things lengthen out, feel better, you could spiral into that front hip a bit, turn into it, rotate over. Now I could start working from a downward dog or a bear squat position, then come forward. Okay, so I could add that in easily, right? Because I want to be working through my feet and hips and getting better at this, more control. All right. I could work my feet, calves, hips, and hamstrings, release some tension. Back down, keep working with my knees off the ground. Back in, switch. Sink in. Rotate open. Back down. Just working on my alignment. Working for stronger positions. Tucking underneath. Now, I could start back at the top again. I could do the knee through again. Go back to my squat. I know what the goal is, right? My transition. If the quad press is too much, I could do this bear squat for a bit until I'm ready to bring my hands back in and quad press. Now let's talk about the squat, right? Because we're just doing a basic bilateral squat. There's lots of different squats out there. And I want, we know that the ankles and feet are helping us get down to the ground to transition. So I'm going to do some single leg squats because that's going to put a lot of focus into the balance of that foot stability, right? Already. And then I'll be able to decompress my instep right here. Look at that. Killing two birds with one stone. Love it. I'm going to drive up. Now I'm only going down as far. Where's my focus at, right? I want to stay engaged in my shin muscle here. Okay, this is what we're working on. Talked about that earlier. I should feel like if I'm doing a bicep curl, we know the burn is coming from here. This, you want to feel, put your brain in here. Right there, and then drive it up. All right, use this foot to help you. Okay, find the ground early. This is too much. Work it back, help yourself out, and then slide it forward to get to your full range here. All right, to that full range. Work that shin. You can even pull the tissues and work that. Just be careful with the comfort on the back knee. Okay, make sure you're able to bend that heel to your butt, right? And then, you can start doing stuff like this if you have it in you. All right, really try not to use the other leg. That's how we make things harder on the fly. Other side, I'll show you from this angle. Just gonna bend the heel to my butt. Use a wall if I need to. I use a stick if it's too tough. But I want to be strong through here. I still want that same elastic drive, right? So I could always check it, right? I should be able to control this the whole time. And that's going to dictate how far I go, how low I go, right? Grab those tissues, work the ankle and foot. Still getting the release and the instep here. Right? Oh. Good. So we're talking about, I like to call those little shrimp squats, right? Because the other leg's a little shrimp. And single leg squat. All right. Then we could, then we're releasing the instep on that other one back and forth. So check your squat again. Should feel a lot better. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you, feet. Thank you, ankles. Good. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. I guess we can do it next time. I was going to go through like a round of FlowFit, but I guess we could do it right now. I want to do it before you guys warmed up, but let's take a look at what a round looks like. And normally it's done. Can you do, you know, so many rounds in so many minutes? This is one round right here. You're just doing one rep of each exercise. That's one round with all the breathing. Has to be done. All right, so that, you know, that round wouldn't have been that smooth if I did it right from the beginning. That's what I wanted to show, but it's okay. Because if you've done this before, you guys already know that. We get stronger and stronger as we decompress and unbind our body. So let's continue what we're doing here. So we had those 4 drills, if you're including the squat, quad press, knee through, mountain climber. Let's check it out. Good jump a little bit. I can even go and do a dragon. Why not? Still squat, just with the dragon in front of it. And this still squat, just with the lateral in front of it. All right. This still squat, just with a split in front of it. Whew. Of course, we could rotate in, right? Or just rotate up and over. It's up to you. Make sure you're through the ball of that foot, right? Rotate in from that foot to the hip. Or spiral. All right, now I go back to more. I can even bring it up in front. All right. Huh? Now some long shin bones for this too. Good, and I'm here, right? Shoot from the side, and then I'm here. I'll pivot, drive up, extend the hips, pivot other side in, pivot, then I'm here. Back on the other side. Pivot out, drive up, throw the hips back. A little tug out of there, bend those knees, give a little wiggle. Wiggle it just a little bit. One side to the other. Pivot in, pivot out. Sink in, drive to the other side. Split it, pivot it. Drive to the other side. You get the idea. Whew. That was good stuff. These are the good times. Shake it out. Give yourself a little breather. That was good. Get that heart rate up. Makes everything brighter. See the colors now. I can smell the colors. Oh. Okay. Let's look at our next few drills. I'm going to show you them in pieces, and then we're going to put them together however we choose to do it. Okay, so squats, right? We're talking squats. Let's do them. Man, let's pull the butt down. See how it's feeling? Oh, feels good. Good. That's how you want it to be right there. Yes, 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 yes. Feels good. And so now I can reach back easily, right? It's easy. I'm gonna be here pinching my shoulder blades back. Now I can stretch out my wrists and forearms in this direction, extend the hips. But you kind of want to hit all these angles. This is good for the forearms and biceps. And then here's a little, can be easier for some people on the wrist, depending on who you ask. More of a neutral position here. And of course, if you want to work to extend back, work your shoulders and core a bit more, then do that. Add a little extra to it, right? That's what we're all about, adding extra. Then of course, you want to work eventually to your fingers back behind you, because that is going to carry over to your tripod extension, right? Throw our elbow inside, bam! Let the hips drive that elbow. Oh, so elegant, so long. And then reach. Keep your hips up, reach like you're hugging a barrel. And then lift your butt and reach underneath. Twist it. And then pivot back down. Ooh, that was good. Might as well hit all those angles. Might as well do it all if we're here. You know, we're just creating more slack around our body to work through, right? Tuck the hips, extend them. Create slack. Open up your world through your movement. Hug a big barrel, keeping your hips neutral. And then rotate your hips through the feet. And reach underneath. Oh man, that's good. I need to do this more often. You ever do stuff and you're like, dang, I need to do that more often. That's how I feel about this TACFIT stuff. Can't do it enough, I tell you. Okay, so this is our tripod bridge variation. Of course, you can do it from both hands, and then you can do it from your shoulder blades. Right, articulating the spine, unroll up, and roll down. Good. And then from here, we'll just go over our spinal rock. So we're going to inhale up. What I like to do is work the mobility. That's one thing you could work on with your spinal rock, and then you can hold on with your arms here to help you with that. And then we also have to work the stability too, and the strength. So you can pull your knees in. You could give them a grab right here and then let go and try to hold yourself here, or pressing your elbows to your knees and just working on this control and strength here, flexing your abdominals, extending the legs, and then working towards a longer lever to challenge your structure and stability here. Then unrolling back. Another thing you can do as well is work the range of motion, opening up your thoracic by putting your hands underneath and just getting this stretch. Or using the wall, touching your feet on the wall. That'll take away some of your body weight, your leg weight, and make it more accessible. You don't have to do much but touch it, really. So, got our bridge, spinal rock. Okay, those two go well together. The last drill is our sprawl, or our burpee. And so let's go ahead and put that together in a little flow. 5 or 6 minutes of that. And we'll do some V-ups and bicycles at the end. Okay. Squats, right? I'm gonna do my squat bridge, just that. Okay, here we go. And you can do your own deal, right? You know those three. You can break them up, do it 10 reps of one, 10 reps of the other, 10 reps of another, and just keep cycling through that, right? Or you could combine them together, okay? Sprawl, hands are down in front. I could walk one back, walk the other, stay in this plank position, or tuck, drive my hips forward, pulling back, lifting my chest, trying to see my feet in the circle behind, and then hollow body position again. Walk the feet up, pull your butt in, those hamstrings, and right back up. All right. Now I don't have to come back up. I could stay here, go to my bridge, go here, go around to the other side, bang them back to the front, here, come back here, spinal rock. I can stand up if I want. I could do the tripod extension. I could start working some range of motion in my hips too. All right, this is gonna carry over to my Cossack squat. All right, okay, this is a great mobility drill, especially your shin box. Shin box, but loaded. It's a loaded shin box. Okay. Other side, load this side. It's a pretty normal position too. If you like baseball, you'll see it all the time, right? They'll get the ball, bam, make a throw, okay? Grounder comes, boom, they get it, make a throw, okay? It's great for your hips, unlocking your quads and stuff like that. But if they're really tight, then I wouldn't load it. They're under enough stress already. So I would just do it from down here, maybe lean back, all right? But here we are, and that carries over right to our bridge, right? Or you could add it into your squat. So I could be here, okay? And I'm doing this from a sumo position. I'm just sliding everything forward, freeing up this backside to the ball of my foot. Weight could come off the heel. I can even drive my knee forward, right? And then pull back and open. Other side. Only if I've been working on this stuff, right? If I haven't, I'm gonna take weight away. I'm gonna bring it down and just maybe work my shin box extension. So here I am, drive forward. Let's strengthen these tissues here. Should be able to totally extend this knee, open it all the way up. If not, work on it. Push them out. Yeah. Get the other side. And then from here, I can get my instep. I can point my toe and roll over to my triangle squat here, over the outside edge. I can start transitioning from the front if things are feeling better. I don't have to transition from the back. That's just to unload my body weight and make it more accessible, right? Extend those hips. Walk them in. Go right to the sprawl. Add a little push up to it. Come back in. Squat up. Right, some squat jump twist. Whoa, Matt. Stay there. See if I can make it all the way around. Oh, I can. Nice. So that's up to you though, right? You know, if things are feeling springy and easy, that's easy too. I'll pivot, sink in, open that up. Sink in, open that up. Work that ankle mobility and hip flexibility there. Single leg. Yeah, baby. Sumo. Shoot forward. Open up this. Even grab the tissues and pull them up as you work in there. Grab those tissues. Pull them up. Stuff gets tight in here, these feet. That's where all our athleticism comes from. Those feet and that spring load we can get behind. Let's do off one arm. Oh, you guys are doing whatever you want. Remember, we're all doing our own stuff. We all have our own different lengths in our shins and structure and mobility. But if you stick to the principles, you can be safe too and restore the elastic energy in your body. Let's go ahead and do some stretches for the work that we did. So we're gonna let the knees fall to one side, fold in half, and then reach back. Now, we're working this shin muscle here, so push it into the ground and come forward a little bit. Drive into that shin. All right, you're gonna use the ground, your body weight to decompress that, press into it, right? Shouldn't feel your knee at all. If you do, use your hands, find another position, make the adjustment. Okay, and then once you got that connected, you start rolling and tucking your hip underneath, all right? And then you start controlling your hamstring, right? We want our hamstrings stronger than our quads. So if it's cramping up like mine is, now I got some work to do. Push that foot into the hand, send it off. You're on the bow. Jack. That's Titanic, never mind. Come on down from there. Pull the back leg in and then work the rotation in your hips, right? From an unloaded position. And drive into that shin tissue. You know, use your chest to help out with that here, to drive into that, and then pull it forward and tuck your hip underneath. Start squeezing, tucking, breathing, believing, having faith in yourself, becoming your own hero. Bend that backside. Push the foot into the hand. And onward. We're all going together. Right on down from there. Pull the back leg in. Let's bring it back to our chest. Let's do some stuff from our backside. Let's unroll ourselves back. We didn't do a lot of spinal rocks, did we? Or V-ups. I don't do a lot of that for abs. I do it more for releasing my back, for the rotation and flexing my spine and opening up my mid-back and neck. I do it more for that. So to the plow here, staying off my head and neck, and I'm just gonna let my hips drop to wherever I want to feel the stretch or lift. But I'm just being careful not to put weight on my head or neck at all. Go lift my hips with my hands. Extend my legs when I'm ready for more. I go to my diagonal plow next. So how that works is I'm just gonna look over my shoulder, and then my legs are gonna go right through that tunnel between my ear and shoulder here. I'm gonna look at my toes, my hairy ass feet. Damn, they're hairy. Only going as far as your comfort allows, right off the shoulder blade. You can open up too. Make sure this leg stays over. It's gonna be the one that's gonna counterbalance you. Release that neck, all right? Now, everyone knows where this connects to, right? How to get the other end of this, right? There's always, whenever we're doing poses or drills, there's always how we get into them, right? We could get into them through the front door or through the back door. It's like a house, right? So I went in, we could say this is the back door for obvious reasons. And then we could go through the front door here. All right, front door. Starting with my hand and head, or I could do it with my legs, right? Through the back door. But whatever the case may be, it's all an arm thread to a diagonal plow. Staying off the head and neck. I can do the other side. Arm thread, diagonal plow. It's great to release your mid back and upper back. But if we don't have the flexibility in the spine, you know, you want to work on that with your rollers and your tools, rolling that out. Tissues get tight right there, especially if we do a lot of sitting. So, let's go ahead and get to our chest now. We'll reach out. Big inhale into the belly and lower back. Need some more room here. Reach. Take your belly button off the ground, and then eventually try to take your arms off, pressing everything else into the ground. And then we'll bring our arms right outside. Whatever side you're looking towards, bend the leg on that side, let it lift to the other side of your body. Lift to the other side of your body and open this up. Yeah, this floor scorpion is the best after some FlowFit, I tell you. Still working my recovery today. I could tell with my breathing. You know, I could feel all my soreness when I inhale, so I'm trying to really slow down through that, and then I'm going to get a lot of benefit from, you know, mastering my breath through these poses and through that routine, right? So I could finish complementing my breathing off here with my poses. Big inhale into the stretch, and then exhale, press the earth away, do my work, and then inhale into that again. Inhale, give myself some slack basically with the inhale, and then exhale, you get to wring it out a little bit more. That's typically how your breathing works with your yoga poses. Inhale, lift from your lower back. Do it from your lower back, right? And then slip the elbows and arms underneath. And then release your psoas here from all that work we did. Psoas gets pretty tight with that routine, so releasing your back will feel much better. Inch your fingers underneath, shoulders back and down. Try not to squeeze your glutes too tight. If you feel your lower back, just slightly tuck them underneath, and then you can work on that over time. And we'll unroll ourselves down. Hands right underneath. Pull the belly button in. Lift the hips. Drive back. Hey. Hey. Welcome. Welcome back. Okay, so we got back to this position, right? And now we're just going to take an arm through, open up your knees, take an arm through and press that shoulder into the ground. Press the back of your arm, tricep, elbow, forearm into the ground, and then try to pull it out at the same time. Let's see from this angle. Open up your knees a bit to help you out if you want to get lower. And it'll help hold your torso in place. And then you can do the other side. Reach through, press that arm into the ground while trying to pull it out at the same time. Oh, yes. Oh, it feels good. So good. So good. Let's go ahead and lift our hips now. Stretch out those feet, calves, right into the hamstrings. Take control of your scaps. Work the feet and ankles, lift them. Should be able to lift them both. Always have that control and strength in there. If you don't, and you just found that out, work on it for me and you'll be much better. Your body will thank you. Feet together. We'll reach behind, swoop up the heels, if not the ankles, belly to thighs, chest to knees, and lengthen and pull your spine down the front of your shins, forehead to your shins. Inhale, pull with the strong arms, and then push the earth away with your strong legs and feet. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Only to your comfort. Good. Bend the knees and unroll yourself up. Open it all the way up. Inhale, fill your belly, ribs, chest with air. And then exhale. Good, let's go ahead and tilt, open it up, tilt, and then just guide it over a bit. Everything's all loose. Turn your chin to your chest. Take your middle finger right at the base of your skull, and then forearm right across the top of your head like a mohawk. And just nice and easy. Remember, just guiding it. And let your hand slide off to come out of there, and then bend to the other side. Right above your ear, tilt and guide it over. If you feel really tight in there, take a ball, roll all this stuff out. right in that pocket between your shoulder, chest right here. This area as well. Maybe that's just me. And then right at the base of the skull, open that up. Back to center. Let's take our hands behind, interlace those fingers. Let's reach between. Drive your hips forward, hips, ribs, chest, and pull those shoulders back and down. Press your arms into your legs and extend the hips forward, only as far as your comfort allows. And then we'll bend our knees and pull ourselves out. Pull from this direction, lifting the arms. Shoulders back and down. Exhale. Open those ribs. Man, jeez Louise, guys. I'm gonna kick my own butt. I'm a mess, sweaty. And I normally don't sweat either, but FlowFit always does that to me. So thank you guys if you joined and hopped in with me. It always makes it easier when I have you guys when we're all doing this stuff together. So I thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Let's go, baby. TACFIT Legion.